Spoilers ahead. Watch out, and take care. The movie starts in 1996, when parts of LA had been taken under control by a group of criminals. We see a bus full of passengers, getting hijacked by a gang, because they are passing through an area under their control. A psychopathic career criminal, Simon Phoenix, is leading the charge in this criminal act. We then see Sergeant John Spartan, who has earned the nickname, the Demolition Man, for the large amounts of collateral damage he often causes in apprehending suspects. As they are on their way to the gang's headquarters, Spartan tells the officer that he knows the man behind all this. As they land on the building, Spartan puts an end to many of the gang members, as Phoenix looks through the CCTV. Phoenix is pissed at the police, and goes on to spill barrels of gasoline, as the police officers get close to him. Spartan, killing his men in his tracks, finally reaches the room where Phoenix is hiding. He demands the location of the hostages, but Phoenix won't give them up easily. Spartan then threatens him, saying that he is going to shoot him if he does not answer his question. Phoenix tells him to be his guest, as he reveals that he is standing in gasoline. Spartan is unable to move. He lights a cigarette and throws it on the floor. He says enough is enough, and charges at Phoenix. He tackles him to the ground, and asks him where the hostages are. They get into the fight, and Spartan starts to beat him up. He however does not tell him anything. Spartan then knocks him out, and carries him outside the building that is about to burn to ashes. Barrels of gasoline start exploding, and both men barely make it out of there alive. After a while, Spartan's chief gets there, and gives him a piece of his mind, because Spartan defied their orders, and went after a case that was never assigned to him. After that, the captain comes to Spartan, and asks him about the hostages. Spartan however tells them that he tried to search for them, but he found no one except for the thugs. Phoenix then weighs in, and goes on to add that Spartan is wrong. In the meantime, a man arrives, and tells the captain that they just found 30 burnt bodies in the building. Phoenix tells the chief that he tried warning Spartan about the hostages, but he did not listen to him, as if he did not care about them. Spartan realizes that he is going to be in trouble. Now, both men are sentenced to lengthy terms, in the city's new California cryopenitentiary, a prison in which convicts are cryogenically frozen, and exposed to subliminal rehabilitation techniques. When Spartan gets there, Warden William Smithers reads out the sentence to him, and he is then put into a cylindrical encasement and frozen in there. 36 years have passed, and in 2032, the city of San Angeles is now a megalopolis, formed from the merger of Los Angeles, San Diego, and Santa Barbara. Lieutenant Lenina calls the warden, and asks how things have been in there. William Smithers tells her that everything is under control, and that she should not be worried at all, as all the prisoners are frozen. Then we see a man named Edgar, keeping a close eye on a van that delivers food to an establishment, and drives away. He says that another van is going to arrive in the next 12 hours, saying that the movement of goods has become too predictable. Lenina meets Captain George at the police station, who issues a warning to the lady officer, bored because there is no crime in the city, and they have no action in the department. Lenina is also getting sick of her job, because it is not challenging at all. Back in the cryopenitentiary, the warden unfreezes Phoenix for his hearing. As the warden makes him sit in a chair, where he has been tied into locks, he tells him about the proceedings that are going to take place, but Phoenix is rude to the warden, and says teddy bear, and this chair gets unlocked. Phoenix stands up and attacks the guard, who try to defend themselves, as they wonder how he knows the password to the shackles. After killing the guards, Phoenix takes the warden's eye, to open the door after scanning it. As the man makes his way out of the building, the police are alarmed. They receive a code, but do not recognize it. Lenina looks up the code in her computer, and they learn that the code is murder, death, kill. It is a code they have not received in the last 16 years. They then manage to get the live footage of the building, where they are horrified to see William's condition. He tries to crawl on the floor to get out of there, but succumbs to his wounds. Lenina then checks the name of the prisoners who were on parole that day, and it turns out to be Phoenix. She finds more information about the man, but the veteran officer, Zachary Lamb, tells them that he has not been coded, because he was frozen before the city implanted chips in the residents. Lenina then learns more about Phoenix, and gets to know that he did not just kill the warden, he killed the guards as well, before he left the facility. She looks for his current location, as she tries to locate the vehicle he stole. On the other hand, Phoenix is thrilled to learn that he has gotten new skills, as he stops by an information booth to look up Edgar. He ends up finding the man, and as he does, his brain suggests that he should kill him right away. As he tries to look up where he can find some weapons, the police arrive at the scene. The police have been out of action because there have been no crimes lately. They have no idea how to deal with a high-profile criminal like Phoenix. As Phoenix spots them, a fight ensues, and he easily kills the police officers, and taunts the police department through the security cameras. Dr. Raymond Cocteau is told about the high-profile criminal getting away. He immediately calls the chief, and tells him to do everything in his power to catch Phoenix. Lenina, on the other hand, has been reading up on Phoenix, and learns that Spartan was the only one who was able to catch the man. She comes up with an idea. She goes to her superiors, and suggests they unfreeze Spartan, and use him to catch Phoenix. Spartan is unfrozen, and when he gets conscious, he gets to know that his wife died during an earthquake. He then asks about his daughter, but is told that they do not know where she is. Without wasting any time, Lenina tells him that Phoenix has escaped the facility, and has already killed 11 people in less than a day. Spartan then asks for a cigarette, but Lenina tells him that they have been banned because they are unhealthy. He further goes on to learn that meat and alcohol have been banned as well. The chief then comes to see him, and asks him to catch Phoenix, but Spartan right away refuses, telling him that he caught the man 36 years ago, and he was frozen for doing that. Chief, however, tells him that he does not have a choice, because if he does not catch him, he will end up being frozen again. The police officers then tell him that it is not easy for them to locate him, because he has not been chipped like all the other citizens. Spartan finds life in San Angeles to be sterile and oppressive, since all types of behavior deemed immoral or unhealthy, such as sports, alcohol, swearing, eating meat, and having sex, have been declared illegal. Conversely, many members of the police department and the public view Spartan as savage and uncivilized, while Lenina idolizes him. Spartan predicts Phoenix needs to find arms, and the next thing we know, Phoenix is in the museum, because that is the only place he can find weapons. He makes his way to the armory, while Lenina, Spartan, and Garcia are on their way to the museum. Lenina is confident that Phoenix will not be able to get his hands on the weapons, because the security is very tight at the museum. As he gets there, he tries to break the glass protecting the weapons with a punch, but it does not break. He then slams a guard into the glass, and it shatters. Phoenix gets his hands on a shotgun, and shoots the glass protecting the other weapons. Spartan understands that the police force has been rendered useless, so he asks them to wait for him outside the museum for 10 minutes, as he catches Phoenix. When Spartan goes to the armory, Phoenix spots him and starts shooting at him. Spartan takes cover and finds a gun, and starts shooting back at Phoenix, while Phoenix runs into another room. To Spartan's surprise, Phoenix is even deadlier than before, exhibiting expert-level proficiency in an extensive range of skills, including martial arts and computer hacking. Phoenix escapes and holds Cocteau at gunpoint, but is unable to kill him, as Cocteau had implanted a command in his rehabilitation program, to prevent him from doing so. Cocteau instead orders Phoenix to kill Edgar, the leader of a resistance group called the Scraps, who refuse to conform to Cocteau's moral ideals, and live in the underground ruins of old Los Angeles. Spartan and Lenina witness this exchange on security cameras, and review the cryo-prison records. They discover that Phoenix's rehabilitation program was tailored by Cocteau, to make him even more dangerous than he was in 1996, by including martial arts, computer hacking, knowledge of torture techniques, and murderous impulses. In contrast, Spartan's program taught him to knit and sew. As the pair deduce that Edgar is being targeted for murder, Phoenix persuades Cocteau to release additional cryo-prisoners for his gang, and leads them underground to pursue Edgar. Having previously encountered the Scraps during a food raid at a restaurant, Spartan and Lenina venture underground, and save Edgar from an assassination attempt by Phoenix. Phoenix taunts Spartan, with the revelation that he had framed Spartan for the deaths of the 1996 hostages, who were already dead before the building exploded. Spartan then punches him and throws him out. Phoenix escapes to the cryo prison, and Spartan pursues him with weapons provided by the Scraps. Unable to harm Cocteau, Phoenix has a gang member kill him instead, and begins thawing out the cryo prison's most dangerous convicts. Spartan incapacitates Lenina for her safety, and fights Phoenix, breaking a vial of a cryogenic chemical that rapidly freezes Phoenix's body solid. Spartan kicks his head off, shattering it, and escapes, as the uncontrolled quick freezing effect triggers an explosion that destroys the cryo prison. The police fear that the loss of Cocteau and the cryo prison will end society as they know it, but Spartan suggests that they and the Scraps cooperate to combine the best aspects of order and personal freedom. He then kisses Lenina, and they leave together. The end. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. Turn on the notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out.